The HUAWEI Watch GT3 Pro is the latest model in the GT series, which is also the most popular series in Huawei's smart wearable lineup. We've kept following the evolution of this series for years, and if you try to compare the upgrades on every iteration, you may not feel that this series is the greatest hit one in the smartwatch market. Indeed, technically the GT3 Pro isn't very different from the Watch GT2 Pro, but after wearing it for a few weeks, personally, the latest Huawei watch is still one of the best picks among all the smartwatches I've ever used. In terms of the design, it takes plenty of inspiration from the premium Porsche edition of the Watch GT2, while for functionality, it integrates almost all the latest health tech from the brand, which is also the reason why the Watch GT Runner is perfect for exercise. But of course, it also comes with a brand new health tracking feature, ECG tracking. It's not exactly emphasized in the official promotion of the global version, but we can still activate and use this function through the Huawei Health app. Later, we will show you more detail about the ECG function. Now, let's take a look at its design. From the appearance, the GT3 Pro certainly is the most premium model in the Huawei watch series. The watch body has incredible build quality featuring titanium metal. Compared with the stainless steel watches, the main advantage of the titanium model is lower density, harder and higher corrosion resistance, which means it's lighter and more durable. The titanium model has a crown that is both rotatable and clickable like traditional watches. The crown is also well built like the body, and when rotating the crown, it's easy to notice the delightful and subtle vibration inside the watch. To navigate through the watch UI, you can use swipes and taps on the round display along with the crown. Below the crown, there's another button for shortcuts, and it can also work as an electrode for ECG signal collection. A 30-second ECG signal can be collected by touching it with a fingertip, and an ECG report can be generated with Huawei's ECG analysis prompting software. The global edition is available with 3 different strap options, including the black silicone, leather, and another titanium strap. Obviously, the titanium strap I have here is the most premium and well-built of all the strap types. But if you usually wear the watch for sport tracking, the titanium strap is not the appropriate one since you can't easily address and fasten the strap securely. Meanwhile, the other 2 strap variants could also save you a lot of money. For exercise, the silicone strap is still my favorite, but for the daily use, I prefer the leather straps. The titanium strap feels good, but the titanium combination weighs over 90 grams in total, which does feel a bit heavy. Apart from the titanium model on my wrist, the GT3 Pro also comes in another ceramic model which has a smaller 43mm dial but with slightly higher pricing. Personally, I think it's more visually striking for female users. But today we will just focus on the titanium model, as there is no difference in terms of functions between different models. The titanium watch style is 1.43-inch AMOLED round display supporting the AOD feature. It's covered with sapphire crystal glass, which is very strong and scratch resistant. The responsive UI of Harmony OS is perfect for the round display. It has vivid graphics and smoothest animations that we've experienced on the Huawei Watch series. Unlike some Android-based watches, it works well with both Android and iOS devices thanks to Huawei's software adaptation. With Huawei's Health app, you can access almost all the features on most smartphones. Another reason that kept me hooked to Huawei watches is the watch faces offered in the Health app. There are quite a lot of watch faces that you can choose from. Some of them are free with good design. Most of them are informative featuring calories, heart rate, steps, and other key details. And they are also interactive, which allows you to tap on icons to access the features directly. And the notification features also gets an upgrade. Now, users are able to set a few simple responses in the Health app to text messages. Although we couldn't respond with free input, personally, I think a complicated response to messages on a watch still seems like a less than smart thing to do. Another fact that hasn't changed is that the watch still doesn't have a fully functional voice assistant. So there are only limited voice commands available on GT3 Pro, but actually most other Android smartwatches do not come with good support voice assistant either. However, the watch still features a loudspeaker and microphone, which allows users to take phone calls through the watch. And you can also transfer music or sound files to your watch and play them locally. Although Huawei didn't specify the storage, but from the health app, we could learn that the watch is likely to have 32 GB of local storage. For storing music and installing third-party apps, this should be more than enough.
I'm undefeated. Oh, jumping out of my skin, pull the cord. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, the past is everything.
Speaking of available third-party apps, the number of supported apps is still not great, but the available options depend on the region where you are. So at least for these few weeks, I was fine with the apps I had, such as the app navigation and some fitness assistance. I've been wearing the watch for weeks, and its most impressive feature is still the excellent fitness and health tracking. It has almost all the health tracking that you can find on a watch product, including optical heart rate, blood oxygen tracking, gyroscope, GPS, accelerometer, barometer, and magnetometer. Especially the heart rate sensor has been upgraded from its predecessor, and it did feel more accurate and responsive than ever. And it particularly upgrades its waterproof performance, which is rated IP68 and 5 ATM and allows you to even dive up to 30 meters deep. And the watch is still one of the best companions for exercise. It supports over 100 sport modes such as running, cycling, swimming, golf, and climbing. And the watch can intelligently evaluate your training effort, training intensity, and comes with a rich running index. And even gives you professional running advice to help you train and improve your training quality. In your daily exercise routine, you will definitely feel its role in leading a healthier life, just like me. Some reviews about the watch actually didn't talk much about the ECG feature because the feature by far is opened to selected regions, including China, Indonesia, Peru, Philippines, El Salvador, Chile, Vietnam, and so on. And Huawei is working on its medical certification in more regions like West Europe, so more countries will be available in the near future with software updates. The GT3 Pro is able to provide single-lead ECG measurements, real-time analysis, sinus rhythm, atrial fibrillation, and reminders of abnormal heart-related symptoms. Even in some regions like China, you can access professional ECG interpretation reports based on the ECG results in the health app, which are analyzed by cooperating professional doctors. Thankfully, mine looks good. If you want to experience the full functions of the feature, I would suggest you guys to set the regions to China in the app. And trust me, you will be impressed. But just note that the report analyzed by doctors now may only be available in Chinese, so you may also need a translation software for it. Finally, I want to address the impressive battery life of the watch. My experience is there's no problem for the watch to last for over a week even with heavy use, and can even stand by for half a month if you turn off some features. And apart from the included charging dock, it seems fine to be charged with third-party wireless charging dock. If you want to do that, better to make sure it has a good temperature while charging. So for the hardware, I can tell you clearly that the GT3 Pro still has impeccable hardware that might put a lot of high-end smartwatches to shame. And I have a feeling I will be wearing this smartwatch a lot this year. Even though I may not work out much, it's still a great addition to my everyday wear, and more importantly, I'm hard-pressed to find this kind of non-functional satisfaction with other models in the product category. So that's all we want to share here. Thank you for watching. I'm Will from Gizmochina. See you soon.